Well, I was on CBNnews.com today and reading the different news articles, and this one sort of caught my eye. It's it's a little crazy, but it's pretty obvious to me, or maybe I'm just a little crazy, but it's pretty obvious to me that they're preparing for something bad to happen at the Olympics. It says London may be preparing for the 2012 Olympics, but the city is starting to look more like a setup for war. Lockdown has begun in Britain's capital, meaning anti-terrorist surface-to-air missiles now hover over some London dwellings. This is the tower that sticks out right above my apartment. As you can see, there's a high-velocity missile battery on the roof, Londoner Brian Whelan said. But the East London resident said the proliferation of weapons did not make him feel safe. Makes me feel like a target, Whelan said. It makes me worry about what goes wrong. The missile sites, which are scattered throughout London, are part of a $2 billion security effort to stage the Games around the newly completed and furnished Olympic Village. The United Kingdom's largest warship will also do its part to guard the city. Tens of thousands of police will man the area around the London Underground, one of the world's busiest metro systems. Despite all the security, officials found this week that they needed an extra 3,500 troops to protect athletes, onlookers, and the city's 8 million residents. The news did not go down well in Parliament. Okay, and it goes on to say more about it. If you want to read it, you can go to cbn.com/CBN News World 2012 July Olympic Games. There's a video here about it.
Well, the city of London may be preparing for the Olympics, but it's starting to look like a setup for war.
Yeah, politicians exchanged heated barbs in Parliament when the government decided it was shorthanded in its security detail by more than 3,000 troops. John Woggy explains.
Lockdown has begun in Britain's capital, and that means anti-terrorist surface-to-air missiles hovering over some Londoners.
This is the tower that sticks out right above my apartment. As you can see, there's now a high-velocity missile battery stationed on the roof.
It doesn't make Brian Whelan feel safe.
It makes me feel like a target. It makes me worry about what could go wrong.
The missile sites are scattered throughout London, part of a $2 billion security effort to stage the Games around the newly completed and furnished Olympic Village. The UK's largest warship will also do its part to guard the city, and tens of thousands of police will man the area around the London Underground, one of the world's busiest metro systems. Despite all the security, officials found this week that they needed an extra 3,500 troops to protect athletes, onlookers, and the city's 8 million residents. And that did not go down well in Parliament.
What does it say about the Home Secretary's assurance process that it took until 2 weeks before to realise that 3,500 military additional personnel would be needed? Because G4S aren't just a few volunteers short. Why did it take until lockdown to realise that this is what was going on?
Troops have always been part of the provision of the venue security, and we are taking the action that ensures we have the confidence that the numbers will be there.
Defensive organizers are playing down the situation.
Don't run away with the idea that this has made a dramatic difference to numbers. It hasn't. This is only about the mix of security in and around our venues and around the park.
Festivities in Fortress London get underway on July 27th. John Woggy, CBN News.
I mean, I don't know what y'all might think about it, but I thought it was something interesting to get out there because, I mean, that's an awful lot of firepower for them not to be expecting the worst. I mean, I know I've watched all kinds of videos and stuff about how there was going to be some kind of terrorist attack at the Olympics. And so I will definitely be watching the Olympics just to see. Not that I, believe any of it, and I'm not saying I do, and I'm not saying I don't believe any of it, because, you never know. You never know what these crazy terrorists are going to do. So, but it seems to me like me and a few others ain't the only ones thinking that something horrible might go wrong with the Olympics. I don't know. Just something else to think about. I don't know what else to say. But think about it yourself. See what you think.